Well, hello and welcome to Auto Addicts. Today, I'm in a Man. Let's rephrase that. Well, hello and welcome to Auto Addicts. Today, I'm in a Volkswagen Crafter with a different badge on the front. It's called a Man. Auto Addicts. So the Man, it's 2 litre Comero diesel, Euro 6 compliant, 267 grams per kilometre, revenue weight of 3,500 or 3.5 tonne obviously, and come about in 2017. It's basically a Volkswagen Crafter under the skin, but it is the Man TGE 3.180. Catchy, I know. God, you won't forget that model name in a hurry. But yeah, it's not a bad looking thing. Obviously there's a Transit next to it. What do you think? Well, inside we have your basic radio stuff there. Got this piano black stuff, which I'm not keen on. It shows up the dust far too much. Yeah. Aircon and stuff down there, little cubby box there, gear lever sticks out. Mercedes did that as well, and it sort of digs in your knee a bit, which I'm not keen on. Bit of a thing there. Reasonable cubby box. Obviously you've got storage on top of the dash. Your cup holders are just the right size for a large Starbucks. We have obviously your usual displays there, and your stuff on the steering wheel for radio and Bluetooth and scroll through things. So it's pretty basic inside. Something I really don't like is this. You put your foot off the clutch, you come down and you clobber your leg on this seat adjuster. That I really don't like. That sticks out way too far. I mean, it's right way too far. Other than that, you've got your usual bits. You've got your stuff down there for your lights, mirrors and windows there, locking there. Got another little cubby bit there. Yeah, the steering adjusts for reach and brake, but obviously your toolkit is under the floor there, and you've got reasonable sized door bins. So there's, you know, lots of little small storage spaces, but nothing big. But, yeah. And I really don't know why a Man has a lion as a logo. Surely a man should have a man as a logo. Never mind. Anyway, yeah. Moving on. So what's it like inside a Man? I'll rephrase that again. I really don't like the name of this thing. These all sorts of... anyway, yeah. What's it like driving this van? Actually, it goes better than I expected. As you do expect, there's quite a lot of lean going round a bend, or a roundabout in that case. But it's only a little 2 litre. I'm not sure what power rating this engine is. It could be 102, I think 120-ish or 150-ish, I think, are the 3 power levels. So I don't know which one this is. If I can find out through a bit of research, I will add it along here somewhere. I'm not keen on the indicator sound, but here we go, round the roundabout onto a stretch dual carriageway. We're doing 20 in second. Pull away and we're up to 60. So empty, I will emphasise I am empty. That goes well. Or well as you would expect a vehicle like this to do. I was expecting it to be considerably slower. I've only driven things like this that were either old Mark II Transits with a 2 litre petrol Pinto lump, or the Mercedes Sprinters we used to have. And the Mercedes Sprinters with a big box on the back, again, were not that quick. You know, you wouldn't expect it. We're about an aerodynamic as a sort of skyscraper, but this is definitely quicker than I expected. It's got a decent amount of low down punch. I have been told, however, by the person that usually drives this at work, stick a couple of pool tables or 7 or 8 fruit machines in the back, and you really do feel it. So the torque obviously isn't there for big load carrying capacity, which is a shame when this is what, 3.5 ton van, or you know, combined payload weight and whatever. But steering's not bad. It's perhaps a little over assisted for my liking, but again, I suppose if you're trying to manoeuvre a big vehicle around town, that's probably quite handy. You've got a reasonable amount of feel to it. You can feel the bumps and what the wheels are doing. The rear suspension, I think, could be being a bit stiffer. If you're pulling away hard, so you know, perhaps you could argue, well, just pull away slower. But if you're pulling away reasonably hard, you do feel the back squat and the front steering going light. Front steering? There isn't any back steering. You feel the steering going light. But minor grumble. Gearbox is perhaps a little bit notchy, but it's not bad to use. Wing mirrors are good, nice and big. You've got the blind spot bits in the bottom, which are useful. What I don't like, I suppose, this doesn't have any overhead storage like the Sprinters had, and the storage on the dashboard is not brilliant, and obviously in full sun, so you don't want to put anything there that heat will affect. The cup holders, a little bit on the small side, but it's got a little cubby box down there, but there's not a huge amount of storage in here for a vehicle that, you know, you might need all sorts of stuff, route planners and maps. And people still use maps. People probably don't use maps anymore, do they? But you know what I mean. It's got air conditioning. Whether that's an option or not, I'm not sure. It doesn't appear to have DAB radio, but you've got your FM, you've got Bluetooth, and that's about it. There's, you know, looks like you've got a couple of SD slots and USB slots, but nothing for any physical media, no CD or audio cassette, strangely. But you know, again, it's a fairly low spec commercial vehicle. You know, things like sat nav and stuff would be optional, so it's just our company hasn't spec'd anything up other than air conditioning, which is nice of them. So, you know, a low down spec commercial vehicle, you don't expect it to have a huge amount of equipment. Obviously you've got your rubber floor mats and stuff, which is handy for keeping it clean if you're in a more muddy situation, which, you know, perhaps some of these vehicles might be. You can get these in 4x4. But the ventilation's good. The audio system is adequate, I'd say. It's not spectacular. Speakers are perhaps a bit tinny. But yeah, seats are actually quite comfy, you know, supportive enough, I suppose I'd say. Yeah, on the whole, it's not too bad. As far as other little bits, it's got autonomous braking, I believe. So if you're about to run over a pedestrian, it apparently will stop you. Obviously, I'm not going to test that at the moment, or hopefully I'm not going to test that at the moment. It does have a lovely little thing pop up on the dashboard, which I can't really show you because obviously I'd have to do it while driving and holding my phone, and that's, you know, illegal. But there's a little thing on the dashboard that pops up when you're driving along to tell you if you're too close to the car in front. No, it doesn't do it when you're slow speeds, so I can't really show you. This is currently averaging about 27 or just shy of 28 mpg, which I don't think is too bad for a big box van. I don't know what the performance stats are. I did try and look them up last night. I couldn't find them, but I suppose that's not largely relevant, especially if you've got a van full of stuff. You don't want it all smashing up in the back while you're doing standing quarter-mile runs. No, you don't. It's not desirable, no. A bit like the bus in front that, you know, doesn't want all its passengers suddenly going to the back. So, you know, what do I really think of it? I've had it for, you know, I've done a couple of 100 miles in it yesterday and today. Obviously, as I said, I haven't had it loaded up. I can only go by what our van driver that would usually use this vehicle says, and it is a bit underpowered or under torqued, I suppose, when it's fully loaded. But unloaded, it's quite brisk. It's better than I expected. It's fairly comfy. The seats are all right. The ride is a little choppy, but you know, nothing unexpected, you know, and certainly no worse than the Sprinter. The Sprinter was definitely more torquey, and the diesel just sounded nicer. But yeah, on the whole, I don't know. Again, I don't know what the price comparison is between this and a Sprinter or anything else, but I would say it's not bad. I'd almost go so far as to say I'd quite recommend one. But yeah, so on that note, it's quite a, you know, a small review this time. I'm not doing a full review, but just a quick little thing because I'd got the vehicle for a couple of days, so I thought I'd show it to you. So yeah, usual thing, like, comment any thoughts you've got below. Tell me what you think of these vehicles if you've used them while loaded up and whatever. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!